Do you suffer from stress, anxiety, or a crippling lack of adventure in your daily life? Have you ever found yourself staring into the void, looking for meaning, hoping for a dramatic dice roll to decide your fate? If so, you may be suffering from narrative deficiency syndrome, a common condition amongst adults who have not embarked on a single fantasy adventure in far too long. But don't worry, because we have the solution. Solo tabletop role-playing games. With just a few dice, a character sheet, and a dangerously overactive imagination where you are the hero, where you make the decisions, and you don't have to worry about a group of party members ruining your fun. But don't take my word for it. Let's hear from some completely real customers who are 100% satisfied. Before solo tabletop games, my life was a mess. Meetings, deadlines, and the crushing weight of capitalist expectations was just too much to bear. I had no time for adventure, but I longed for it so. But then, I tried Ironsworn. It didn't take long on Reddit until everybody recommended Ironsworn. And suddenly there I was, vowing to complete epic quests, forging bonds with NPCs, and it all existed in my head, and honestly, I loved it. Just out here rolling dice to see if I can survive harsh lands. Now, I still have deadlines, but I also have an oath-bound destiny, and somehow, that makes it all feel manageable. Ironsworn may cause an increase in narrative obsession. Consult a game master if side effects persist. I used to be creative, I really did, but somewhere along the way, life happened. Deadlines, expectations. Next thing you know, my muse just left town. Sorry, it's the humidity. And then a friend recommended 1,000-Year-Old Vampire. I wrote a tragic story about a lonely immortal that's slowly losing their memories every time they took on a new one. And you know what? It was the most cathartic thing I've ever done. I felt alive again. Side effects may include emotional devastation, poetic existentialism, and excessive journaling. Use responsibly. Yeah, I mean, I used to play video games and stuff, but then I found No Quest. Do you understand how many goblins I've slain with a single D6? My backlog of games forgotten. My social obligations irrelevant. All that matters is me in this random dungeon that I've just generated on the fly. It's different every time. Solo RPGs may lead to hyperfixation, increased dice hoarding, and excessive world building. Seek help if you start speaking exclusively in fantasy dialects. And if that's not enough, we do also have experts in the field who want to chime in on this wonderful product. So yeah, people ask me in the comments all the time, like, hey, when you crit fail and you viciously die from these strange rules that you came up with, what do you do? And the answer to that is I start a new character. So yes, do I recommend solo role-playing? Yes, all the answers are right here in the Solo Game Master's Guide from Modiphius. And yeah, I could not recommend solo role-playing enough. Do I recommend solo gaming? Yes, of course. Did I think it was a weird thing that I was doing and nobody else was? Yes, I sure did. But it may help you like it has helped me. Me, Myself, and I is my YouTube channel where we, Simon, and others go on perilous adventures. So, yes, I do highly recommend solo role-playing games. Welcome to the ManAlone YouTube channel, and you can tell that it's me because my hands. Now, today, what I want to talk about is how solo role-playing, I highly recommend it. This man who buttons his shirt up way too high with no tie. Has that ever happened to you? Someone comes up to you, the way their shirt is, and it's just the button is all the way up to the top, and you're just like, dude, like what are you doing? That is not comfortable. Unbutton the top button or wear a tie. It's as simple as that. As Carl Jung would say, or what's that guy that I like? Is it Carl Jung? Carl's Jr. Have you ever been to Carl's Jr.? Don't suffer in silence. Take control of your story, your destiny, and your free time with solo role-playing. Whether you're seeking epic quests like you can find here in Ironsworn, or epic dungeon crawls like you'd find in Note Quest, or perhaps gut-wrenching journaling like you may find in Thousand-Year-Old Vampire, or just a good old-fashioned fantasy adventure like you might find in Dragonbane. We have what you need today. Call now, or just buy a PDF like a normal person. Ironsworn and Note Quest in particular are completely free! Solo RPGs may cause joy, inspiration, and an overwhelming need to tell your friends about your latest campaign. This is not FDA approved, but honestly, who cares? Some side effects may include instant inspiration, constant creativity, anal leakage, and the consideration for Warhammer 40k. Ask your GM if solo role-playing is right for you. But honestly, even if they say no, you don't need them anyways. Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Geek Gamers, and today we're going to talk about solo role-playing games. And I get a lot of questions. I get a lot of questions in my comments, and a question that I often get is, how do you start solo role-playing? And as you can see, it's important that I don't want to touch the book with my hands, just try and use these metal tools here. And yeah, let me get some dice out. And this way I can kind of move them around like I work in the casino. So yeah, how to get started with solo role-playing. A lot of people ask me this question, and I think it's important that you get my book, Solo Game Master's Guide. If you're looking to get started in solo role-playing, and regarding the solo tabletop gaming products that we're discussing here, I mean, I gave them the ingredients here in this book, the Solo Game Master's Guide. And today, people ask me in my comments, and they say, how do you get started? So, as an example, we're gonna flip the book with the tool here. We go to a random page, and in this random page, let's say this one here. Thus did the two go about, shouting and cheering, the arcanes on, as the flakes that fall thick upon a winter's day, when Zeus is minded to snow and to display these his arrows to mankind. So we're going to use that as a solo roleplay. That's how we're going to get started. And what we're going to do here is we're starting and people are shouting, but also cheering. And this word I would know, but I'm not going to share it with you right now. So as the flakes, they fall thick upon a winter's day. So it's cold, and Zeus is talking about the snow, and he's shooting arrows. He displays these arrows. So somebody's shooting arrows at you, and they're shouting and cheering. So then I take this book, and we're on page 195. So now these arrows are being shot at my character, whose name is Arcanes, and do I survive? Now let's see. We're not going to use dice because the dice are for suckers. So we're on page 195. Now let's go to another page, and let's say because my character has this ability where anytime one of these three numbers on this page come up, I actually succeed at dodging. So we're looking for a 1, 9, or a 5. Oh, this is embarrassing. There actually is no page number, so that is a critical fail. If I had gone maybe one page over, I would have had double ones. If you get double of the same number that you have, then maybe you change the scene. So yeah, we crit failed there, and my character just viciously died. So yeah, people ask me in the comments all the time, hey, when you crit fail and you viciously die from these strange rules that you came up with, what do you do? And the answer to that is I start a new character. So yes, do I recommend solo role-playing? Yes, all the answers are right here in the Solo Game Master's Guide from Modifius. And yeah, I could not recommend solo role-playing enough. Yes, hello, my intrepid adventurers. It is I, Trevor Duval, your solo game master, so to speak. And solo gaming, I mean, what are my thoughts on such an incredible topic? Well, let me tell you, because it's a crazy thought. I had these friends over at Critical Role, and I started thinking, what if I decided to do the same thing, mind you, but by myself? I have the equipment. I am a voice actor, after all, so why not give it a go? But little did I know, there was an entire community of people that do this all the time. I had no idea, and I stumbled upon this community, and next thing you know, now I'm making my own tabletop role-playing game with the Broken Empires, and it's gonna have a solo supplement, that I promise you. So yeah, do I recommend solo gaming? Yes, of course. Did I think it was a weird thing that I was doing and nobody else was? Yes, I sure did. But it may help you like it has helped me. Me, Myself, and I is my YouTube channel where we, Simon, and others go on perilous adventures. So, yes, I do highly recommend solo role-playing games. Welcome to the ManAlone YouTube channel, and you can tell that it's me because my hands. Now, today, what I want to talk about is how solo role-playing, I highly recommend it. This man who buttons his shirt up way too high with no tie. Has that ever happened to you? Someone comes up to you, the way their shirt is, and it's just the button is all the way up to the top, and you're just like, dude, like what are you doing? That is not comfortable. Unbutton the top button or wear a tie. It's as simple as that. As Carl Jung would say, or what's that guy that I like? Is it Carl Jung? Carl's Jr. Have you ever been to Carl's Jr. and you're in the drive-thru, and the next thing you know, they don't give you the order that you expect. You just want, when you go to Carl's Jr., you're expecting meat on meat. Don't even give me bread. Just give me meat, cheese, but anyways, why am I like this? So the call to the green, Carl Jung didn't write this, but this is my solo. If I just had some space here, just kind of, yeah, we'll just do that. Has that ever happened to you? You try to, you have something and you just don't have enough space, but you're trying to block out the glare from the screen, and sometimes you just gotta make decisions. You gotta make sacrifices. You know what I mean? Does that happen? Sun Tzu does agree that that's a big part of his book, Art of War. Sun Tzu. Check out my next supplement based on social interactions using the Art of War, Sun Tzu. But yes, ManAlone, Call to the Green. Yes, solo role playing. It can be so much more than solo role playing. I highly recommend it. Could not recommend it enough. Does that ever happen to you where you recommend something to somebody and they just don't take they don't take the advice? It's almost as if you were better off recommending the opposite, and then this way they would take the actual advice because they're just going to do the opposite. But anyways, yes, Call the Green, ManAlone, highly recommend.